Joining me live here is Councilman Carl Stokes. I wanted to bring him in here. Sir, first of all, how did you hear of this?
I heard it the same way you heard of it. There was a media piece that went out, and I read the same media piece that everyone else read.
And so your reaction to that?
To the fact
that
we didn't know beforehand?
No, that the commissioner is no longer at Baltimore City.
Yeah, I think that I said earlier in the day that I thought professionally that the commissioner should resign. I think he's for a few weeks now has been underwater, is the term I use, and that he was sort of drowning and not able to get his head above water no matter what he tried to do in the last few weeks. And I think that his leadership, or lack thereof, has become a major distraction when we have twice as many shootings as we have last year, when we have homicides, 30 or 40 above the last year's pace. I think that we were not actively working on public safety anymore in this town.
Now, was it the handling of the riots, in your professional opinion, or was it the spate of violence that followed, the most murderous month in Baltimore history, and so on?
I think that more it was the spate of violence that has followed up, where just dozens of citizens have been killed in this town. Not only that, but there are so many good people living in these communities that are beset by criminals who have been empowered because the police are not as proactive as they have been, quite frankly. And so I'm looking at our citizens living in communities where they're afraid to step out of their doors.
Now, homicide numbers being what they are, homicide numbers are homicide numbers. Commissioners have come and gone and been fired over them before.
Absolutely.
A big issue is whether the police department, the rank and file department, had confidence in him or were afraid to do their job because of the charges against the other 6 officers. Right. How much of that do you think played into this?
Well, I don't think that our police officers need to be afraid of doing their job correctly. Frankly, no police officer in the history of Baltimore City has gone to jail because they were doing their job correctly, and only a handful have gone to jail for not doing their job correctly. So what I'm saying to you is that if the officers are doing their jobs correctly, as the greater majority of the men and women in blue do, then there's no issue. And they had been doing their job, and we had crime going down because they had engaged with the citizens, and they were being proactive, and the citizens were talking to the police and saying, here's who's doing this and what day they're doing it, and here's what they're wearing.
And that was one of the first things that the interim commissioner, Kevin Davis, said that he was going to push here as the leader of this department. Your thoughts on him? Or do you know him very well? Or
I know him fairly well. I know that he was the police commissioner of Prince George's County, demographically a city very similar to Baltimore, not as much poverty, but similarly. And then he went down to run the county, which is just across, one step. And he did a good job there. I think that Kevin Davis immediately has the respect of his rank and file officers. I think the Vanguard Justice Society, as well as the Fraternal Order of Police, are going to say, this is our leader, we're a paramilitary organization, we will put aside all differences, and we will follow our commander-in-chief. I think they had lost confidence in the commander-in-chief before, and so they were fuzzy around what they should do and how they should do it.
Good move, solid move, good political move, good move for public safety. How do you classify it?
Well, it's public safety which should be concerned about. Only public safety, not politics of it all. And I think in terms of public safety, this is very much a good move.
Thank you, Councilman Carl Stokes. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.